two guest speakers. Well, hello everyone. Yeah, if everyone else could mute themselves. Well, thank you all for joining us today. We're very excited to do this second IT webinar and tell you all a bit more about our IT traineeship. Well, you must have all know something about Motop because that's why you signed up. But we're here to tell you all the details about the traineeship, the selection process, the career opportunities, and also some of our guest speakers who will tell you more about their experiences with Motop. My name is Maas. I'm one of the people development managers at Motop. I've been working at Motop for over 1.5 years now. And so I know a lot about every aspect of what we do. And today I will be here telling you more about Motop, but mostly with my guest speakers. So this is the agenda of today. First, well, this welcome speech. Then our co-founder Jan Princen will tell something about how Motop is founded and yeah, where we are at now. Then our people development manager Stefan and Dave Baltus will also tell something about the selection, the traineeship and career opportunities. Then we will have some alumni who will share their stories with Motop, such as Hakim, who's working at PwC, and Tugba and Sayat, together with their Scrum Master and Agile coach working at E&D, Aernout the Pagter. And finally, we will do a Q&A. In the meantime, if you have any questions, there is a Q&A function. It's just beside the chat button, but then there's a Q&A button. You can ask your questions there. So my colleagues will answer them during the webinar, and maybe I will also highlight some questions in the meeting. So please don't be afraid to ask questions. That is what this webinar is for. And we're really excited to answer them all. So yeah, let's get started. So my first question to you is, what do you think Motop stands for? Maybe some people can answer it in the Q&A function, then we can already check if it's working as well.
Are we allowed to answer as well, Anna?
Well, that will be easy, but you can answer if nobody else does, maybe for a start. I will also put a message in there. Just also to check if everyone can see the Q&A function. Well, I hope everybody can see the function to ask questions. But maybe, yeah, Jan, maybe you can answer the question then.
Make it up, or should I go straight to the real answer?
No, you can. I will answer it. I guess for everyone. So Motop stands for motivation and opportunity. Motop trains newcomers in the Netherlands to become IT and finance professionals, and yeah, guides them to the Dutch labor market. We work together with a lot of partner companies in the Netherlands, which we will tell you more about, where our Motoppers yeah, will work and really integrate into the Dutch working environment. But I think, yeah, who's best to tell you more about this than our founder, Jan? So I really want to give the word to you.
Thank you, Anna. I already started speaking a bit before my turn. Thanks a lot for organizing this. Thanks all for the guest speakers to join. I'm really excited also to hear your perspective, because I'm sure you can explain much better how it is to go through Motop than we can do. And thanks for all the people that are joining. I also some of our technology partners joining. So it's really nice speaking to you, and hope next time we can chat more in person. Before I start introducing myself, how we started and where we are now, I think it's good to go back to motivation opportunity. When we started this organization, one of the things we stressed that's really important, and we continue saying, we don't care where you came from, but we care at where you want to go. So motivation opportunity, we want to connect people with the right motivation, with the right opportunities, and that's really ingrained into our company to give everyone the chances they should get. My name is Jan. I've been working in IT for, I guess, for nearly 20 years. I saw some of the people in this webinar also I've known from way back. So welcome, happy you guys are here. I have a lot of experience building software, both on the product side and on the consulting side. And I particularly have quite some experience working with people from non-Western cultures, successfully building software in Western cultures, such as the US and Europe. And one of the things that you quickly learn if you work internationally is that intelligence is equally divided globally. There are smart people, even though I'm born in Amsterdam and people might say otherwise, there are smart people everywhere, be it in Damascus, be it in Istanbul, in Beijing, in India, in the US. And technology is something that you can learn. The hard part to work or to be successful in a given organization or culture is usually the culture surrounding it. That's something that we also found here. I guess roughly 5 years ago, I was responsible for a Dutch IT company, and I was looking to expand. And even at that moment, it was not easy to find good staff. So I was looking at solutions, what they call in the field nearshore solutions in Eastern Europe. And at that point, I met an old friend from high school who was working for the municipality of Amsterdam. And he said, Jan, you're crazy. I work at the municipality and I work with the group status holders, former refugees who are now, who can stay here, who can work. And he says, if you look at this group, there are so many talented people with good educations and good work experience in their home countries, having a hard time starting and maintaining successful careers in the Netherlands. As a municipality, we try to help them, but also for us, sometimes it's difficult. So I said, okay, well, you know, the man's name is Joep. He's actually now also helping us out. So some of you might encounter him. I said, okay, I'm naturally a curious person. So I say, let's get started. And I don't know if you ever went to the municipality of Amsterdam. They have like these booths where you normally would go if you get your passport or your driver's license. So he started and he set up speed dates. So I was sitting as if I'm a civil servant in the booth, and he, I think he set up 4 or 5 what he called speed dates, 15-minute introductions with status holders. And until then, you read about it in the paper, but I never really encountered it. And 2 of the people I met at the start are Gijs and Ula. And after talking to these people, I was so tremendously surprised. You know, these were people, they had managed hundreds of people in their home countries. And their kids are here, they go to schools. One of them even had their kids in the school that I also thought, okay, this is such a waste of talent. On the one hand, you have the IT market where there's a huge shortage of people. On the other hand, there's a group of people at the university willing and able to work. So what's happening there? And then I started investigating it more. And the municipalities is super helpful. But if you look at the global IT market is growing and everyone wants to be a software developer. But in reality, there are pockets that are growing really fast and there's unlimited demand almost. And there are other parts where there's almost too much people wanting to join there. So for them, it was quite difficult to make the connection. And also I noticed for people, when there were some gaps in the resume, so they had a hard time explaining in the Dutch context what would make them good potential. So we just started, used my network I already had, and we start successfully placing people at our clients, and that's how we started Motop, turned it into a company 4 years ago, almost exactly. And one of the things, or a few things I think we are really good at, if you go to the next slide, Anna, you can show. We deeply understand the market. We have very strong relations with our partner organizations and understand the specific needs in IT. So maybe technology A that's growing while technology B is doing less. And also in our curriculum, we do not only focus on the technical aspects, but actually we mostly focus on the personal and cultural aspects of what is needed to be successful working in an IT organization in the Netherlands. And I think one of the things I always say, I just had a conversation with someone in the office here from Syria. Like, my opinion is you guys have superpowers. You know what made you successful in your home countries or your original countries. And now you're here. We're helping you with those things that are helpful here. How do you work in a less hierarchical organization? When do you should you speak up or when do you should keep quiet? It's a totally different context. So those things, we deep understanding of the market, close cooperations with the municipalities, and understanding of what it needs on individual level to be successful here. That's what we do at Motop. And for me, from a personal perspective, it's I love this. It's one of the nicest things we do. And for those of you that are still thinking if you're going to start, being here, being surrounded with a group of people from all cultures, building your local network with Dutch people, with other newcomers, and starting your careers, and me being a little part of that is just really nice. That's my part, Anna.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. And yeah, when you were talking, it reminded me of one of our last traineeship groups who just recently started, and we were having a workshop about yeah, the Dutch working cultures and the ways of working, and we were talking about how do you position yourself in a meeting. And I think Dave was giving this training and said, well, you have to also participate, make sure that you also put something on the table. And then a lot of people in the group were like, oh, that's I didn't expect that. That is actually really new for me. I did in my culture that is not normal. You are more quiet, and you so I think that was a really good example of these things, yeah, how we are aware of the Dutch culture and can really help the trainees to also know the Dutch way of working, and which is usually a lot different than their own cultures.
Yeah, I think one of the things I really learned here that it's actually the hard things are relatively easy and the easy things are really hard. And with the hard things, I mean the technical focus, right? Learning a new technology, but that can be done. But all those easy things, especially for people who already were successful in their own cultural context, to relearn those parts, that is really hard. And also, there's not a book that explains you how to act in all situations and giving that. And I see it with my kids. They learn from a very young age, the moment they start at school, when to speak up, when to be quiet, and to relearn those things. And I hit my nose a couple of times in situations abroad as well. It's extremely difficult.
Yeah, yeah. Well, again, thank you for sharing, and yeah, we'll go to the next speaker. So welcome, Stefan and Dave. Stefan and Dave will share more about the selection and traineeship and career opportunities together. But yeah, Stefan, maybe you can start with introducing yourself a little bit.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Anna, for the short introduction. So my name is Stefan. I'm a People Development Manager at Motop. I've been doing this for over a year now, and have had the pleasure to help a lot of people in their journey in becoming an IT specialist. Dave, maybe you can also shortly introduce yourself. Are you still muted, Dave?
Excuse me. Thank you, Stefan. My name is Dave. Indeed, been working for Motop since February 2022. I am our head of HR and also responsible for planning and partially responsible for creating our curriculum, but more about that later on.
Yeah, so Stefan, maybe you can start with diving into the Motop journey.
Absolutely, absolutely. So indeed, in the coming minutes, Dave and I will get you through the Motop journey. I will start with the first process, is the selection process. Then Dave will talk a bit about the technical side of the training. Then I will take over again and talk about the 18 months working for one of our clients. And eventually we'll talk about the employment contract a bit. So if you go to the next slide, we start with the selection process. Of course, before you start applying, it's important that you meet the requirements. The requirements are that you are a newcomer, that you are in possession of a valid Dutch residence permit, you're able to speak English at a level of B2 or higher, your educational level is bachelor or higher, you're full-time available, and this is an important one as well. So full-time available means from Monday till Friday from 9 a.m. till 5:30. And by available, it's not only available to work, but also available to come to our office. So throughout the traineeship, there will be a lot of workshops. It's 1 week, it can happen that you will come to the office, let's say Monday or Tuesday, but the next week we ask you to come to the office on Thursday and Friday. So it's really important to be able to come to our office and to be able to work. And last but not least is having affinity or a background in IT. So once you meet these requirements, it's up to you to send us your resume and motivation letter. You can do that by applying via our website. And we will go and check your application. If we see a potential match and we see that you match our requirements, we will invite you for a first interview. And in this first interview, we really dive deep in your what kind of person you are, who you are, about your education, your work experiences, but also your hobbies and interests. Those are also really important in the Netherlands because as a company, you really want to get to know who your employees are. So therefore, a personal touch is also really important. Once we see a potential match after the first interview, we will invite you for a technical assessment. And if the outcome of the technical assessment is positive, we will invite you for a second interview, where again, we get to meet each other, but we will also dive a bit deeper in your motivation behind applying for our traineeship. The last step in the selection process is up to us, and that is to make a final selection out of all the applicants that apply for our traineeship. Yeah, so the technical assessment, briefly mentioned it, it's the assessment between the first and the second interview. Is really for us to test a certain set of skills which we think are important for those who want to become an IT specialist. So we will test you on your ability to work with data, problem-solving abilities, your mathematical skills, and also numerical reasoning. And again, if the assessment is positive, we will invite you for a second interview. So if we go to the next slide, I would like to invite my colleague Dave to give you some more and deeper explanation on how the technical side of the traineeship looks like.
For sure. So together with me, Jan, and our course director, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, so I'll very briefly introduce his background. His name is Siewert van Motop. He has a studies background in mathematics and AI, both studied in the UK and in the Netherlands. Been working for quite some time as management consultant for McKinsey, so a big, well-known consultancy firm. He's also is an ID auditor, and he focuses on quality and security. And also he does some lectures at the Vrije Universiteit in Amsterdam. And besides that, he is a researcher on AI and privacy. He has quite the agenda. As Jan already mentioned, we have deep understanding of the needs and demands of our clients, and we know the inside outs of the IT market. So together with the three of us, we carefully set together our technical program, our curriculum. starting with the basic IT training, with the basic training. That's 2 weeks of empowering your story. The purpose of this basic training is also to enhance some of your soft skills. First of all, you will be getting to know the company Motop, our office, and the surroundings where we are located, and also the team you will work with. Second, we'll give you workshops in soft skills, like how to create a Motop resume. We have a special template for that, how to present your story, and also how to develop your story. Everybody already has a story of their own, but also everyone has an ambition to become an IT professional in the Netherlands. So we're going to help you alter your story a bit so that it aligns with your ambitions for a career in IT in the Netherlands. Also, we'll give you some workshops on the Dutch working culture. For some, maybe already known, some do not know it yet. And besides it, we'll also give you an introduction into the Dutch popular culture, which I think is always a very fun one to give. And lastly, we'll give you an introduction in working Agile, especially Scrum, and also an introduction into programming, very basic. The second phase of our traineeship is the IT bootcamp. It's 12 weeks, a deep dive into the Dutch IT market. And well, based on the knowledge we have, we set together a program which is based on blended learning. And blended learning in this one means that every week there is a mix of classes, group assignments, presentations, and e-learning. And each week you can expect from us lectures from different professionals, including our course director Sayat, Motop trainers, and guest speakers who are specialists on the subjects. Well, you can expect group work, including making your own software system and presenting this to the group. Time for questions and discussions with guest speakers, specialists, lecturers, and students, and e-learning, and we use Udemy with videos, quizzes, and exercises. Some more detailed explanation of the modules we have. We're going to focus on, among others, Python, and then the coding in Python, some DevOps, quality assurance, and functional and user testing. Besides that, the business side of IT is also very important to know. We work with a lot of big enterprises or big organizations, and knowing the business you work at is just as important as the technical coding skills, for instance. So we'll give you some insights on product management, business architecture, and business requirements. And well, as Python is backend, we'll also give you insights on UX UI, design and front end, SQL, which is all about databases, and privacy, security, GDPR, and information security. After this IT bootcamp, you will have a solid base for becoming a successful IT professional in the Netherlands. Moving on to the third phase, which is the Agile Dutch work experience. Here, we try to simulate a Dutch working environment. So together with your fellow trainees, you will work in Scrum teams on projects. You will apply your knowledge and practice your skills by working on these IT projects, and you will work in an Agile environment at Motop, sometimes online. If necessary, there is also the possibility for tailored training. And we work with an achievement called Ready for Work. This will be tested on a couple things. First of all, on communication, work ethics according to the Dutch standards, your technical skills, and your presentation skills, which all come together in the demo. If you check all the boxes, you have the label of ready to start working with one of our clients. And with that, I want to move on to the last part, and well, most important and exciting one is the career. Your new career in the Netherlands. With our business development team has quite a lot of knowledge about the needs and demands for clients, and our people development team has a lot of knowledge about the unique skill set and personalities of our trainees. And together we mix that and we try to make the best match possible with one of our clients. And we have done multiple roles. By far the most is in software development. And with that, I always like to give an example of the carpenter. Many people ask which technique I'm going to do, which technique I will learn, which I will work with. But you know, the carpenter, the skill is carpenting, and the tools he uses is the hammer, the saw, the drill. Same goes for the software developer. He is the programmer, the skill is programming, and the tools you use are the frameworks, the platforms. Can be Java, can be a low-code platform like Pega, can be anything. So we have done multiple techniques, and I'll give you a short explanation of what we have done. We have done Pega, which is a leading powerful platform designed for digital solutions for enterprises. We have done some Python, some Java, more high code, but also a lot of Mendix, which is low code and service now. We have taught people how to become software testers, system administrators at our clients, data engineers are possible. And also if your skills more align with becoming IT support, that's also an option. So there's many options, and we'll just give you the fundamentals to becoming a successful IT professional in the Netherlands. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dave, for the elaborate explanation. I think Stefan will also tell a bit more about the career.
Yes, so thank you, Dave, for explaining. Important to understand that throughout this whole traineeship, but also while working for one of our clients, all the trainees are linked to a development manager, and that is someone to really oversee your progress throughout the traineeship and make sure you do well and that your transition to your new employer is as smooth as possible. So here is a glimpse of some of our clients. I think what really stands out is that all of these clients are working in very different fields. So from consultancy to banking to lottery to you name it, and our clients are working in these kind of sectors. If you go over to the next slide, by this slide, I wanted to give you some insights in how it feels like following our traineeship. So at Motop, we do really believe in the saying, what you put in is what you get out. So we expect people to work hard and aim for the best results possible. But we always also know that this comes hand in hand with some fun and laughter. This is, for instance, why we organize 2 big events per year, where we invite all trainees and working Motoppers once a year, even with all their family members, to really enjoy a good day together and do something fun. For instance, last January, we had a nice event where we had a Jeu de Boule tournoi together, and afterwards was followed by some drinks and some dinner. So I think this is also a reason why we heard many times that our trainees feel like they're part of some sort of a family or community. And this is also something we're really proud of. In our office, we really strive to create an environment where everybody feels, being able to give feedback or ask a question. So it's a really open and safe environment. Again, that's something we're really proud of. So by this slide, I was hoping to give you some brief insights. I would like to thank you for listening to me and Dave. I would hope to have given you some more information on how the traineeship looks like. And I would like to give the word back to Anna.
Yeah, thank you. Thank the both of you. I think it's, for me, it was very clear. I hope it was clear for the rest of the people joining the meeting as well. If not, please ask your questions in the chat or in the Q&A function. I think the person who can best tell a bit more about this feeling of, community and how they really experience the Motop traineeship is one of our alumni. So I want to give the word to Liam. Liam, if you're ready, then yeah?
Yeah, hi Anna, hi everyone.
Hi Liam. Well, thank you for joining us today. Liam is one of our alumni who's been working at PwC. He started there recently, and so he knows, he's fresh in his memory on the IT traineeship and also on the onboarding process. What does it actually look like if you're, finish the traineeship and start working in a company? So Liam, can you tell me a bit more about your experiences?
Yes, for sure. First, I would like to thank you to having me again. It's a pleasure to see you, see your faces, and to be part, to show the newcomers, and to talk about my journey and my experience. My name is Liam. I'm coming from Syria, 28 years old. My journey started with Motop when I moved to the Netherlands. It's actually a very great experience I've been in, because Motop is not it's, as they say, motivation, opportunity. They really offer for you an opportunity, and they offer for me an opportunity to meet the Dutch labor market and to see how I can be a benefit of what I have passion for, and what I have an experience for, or a little bit background. I studied informatics engineering in Syria and Latakia. And then I also did a master in Budapest in computer science. During my time with Motop, I met some of my colleagues who we really become like lifelong friends. We shared experience, challenges together, and we also stay in touch. Plus, some of them has also joined with me within PwC, my journey, where I started at the beginning with the IT and traineeship with Motop. Started with Mendex for sure, and then after this had the change to high coding with Python and React. And then after this, we had the opportunity to be working with PwC, which is a partner with Motop. And after this, yeah, as I said, I really developed a lot of my skills. Then with my friends or my colleague that I've met within Motop, we also moved to PwC, and now we are working there. And as you see, it's a pleasure for me to came across Motop and to have this opportunity to be part of this beautiful foundation.
Well, thank you for your kind words. So could you tell me a bit more, because you already mentioned you started with a few other Motoppers. Do you
Yeah.
work together in a team, or do you work in different departments now?
Yeah, exactly. So we work, me and my other colleagues, we work with PwC, but with different teams. I work, me and Ayub, one of my colleague and best friends also. We work within the audit solution, and my other two colleagues, Tugba and Ahmer, they also work in another team for data and tech.
Okay, interesting. And did you all start together in the same traineeship, or were you in other groups?
No, actually, we started together with the same traineeship, and that I was talking about, that I really built a strong friendship with them, and happily we moved to the same workplace. That was actually very nice.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of fun, of course, working with Motoppers together. It doesn't happen all the time for everyone in the meeting. A lot of our Motoppers work at one of our partners, well, on their own, but also, well, Sayat and Tugba, who I will introduce later, are also working together at one of our partners. So it can also happen that that your fellow trainee becomes your colleague. Very interesting. Well, thank you, Liam, for your explanation and sharing your story. I'm just checking if there were some questions in the chat specifically for you. But I don't see one yet. So, well, if anyone has a question for one of the guest speakers, you can also directly ask them to them. I was just wondering, a final question, like what did you expect from working at PwC, and does it meet your expectations, or is it really different than what you expected?
Yeah, it's a good question. I would say, like, during my work or during the traineeship with Motop at the beginning, let's just talk about this a bit. It really emphasized the work at PwC, because when I was with Motop, it was focusing on learning and also implementing projects that really very similar to the real world in IT tech. And when moving to PwC, the learning continue for sure, but was from the experience that I got, and it continued this way. And yeah, I met all my experiences and my needs within this, and I'm really happy to be part of PwC.
Well, great. I also got one question. What is PwC? Could you maybe shortly
Yeah.
describe what your company does.
Yeah, PwC is PricewaterhouseCoopers. It's an English company. The headquarters is in UK, London, and they have around the world 126 countries around the world have PwC. They work with assurance, tax, and financial work basically, but I work with the IT department within PwC.
Yeah, okay. And I think a final question then, if you could also describe some more about the complexity of the path. So what were some challenges you encountered, and also maybe how did you overcome these challenges?
I think within PwC, you mean?
Yeah, or in a
within...
traineeship maybe.
Yeah, within the Motop, it's very important that you really go through the learning procedure. You put all your passion in it and all your hard work in it, and it will really pay off. Whenever you feel something, you need really to reach out to Motop and to tell them. They will help you, because it's like they don't offer for you only a job. They offer for you a platform to growth, and they offer for you a platform to learn and give you more experience of it. And then in this case, to be honest, I didn't find any hard times during my training, and everything went smooth because I was very open, and I was all the time communicating with Dave and with everyone from Motop, and that actually gives me a lot of motivation to continue and to learn with this process. And at the end, I ended up with PwC, and I'm really happy about it.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Liam. And thank you for joining us today. It's really nice to see you again as well. And yeah, again, thanks. I think it's time to go to our next alumni, which are Tugba and Sayat, who are also working together at the END. And today their Scrum Master and Agile coach, Aernout, is also joining them. So thank you for joining us today. I'm really excited to also hear your story and experiences with Motop.
Yes, good morning. My name is Aernout Pagter, the Scrum Master of this team at IND. I'll give a very short introduction about the team and about IND, and then I give the word to the most important guest for this part of the meeting, this Tugba and Sayat. Well, again, my name is Aernout Pagter, Scrum Master at IND. It's the Immigration and Naturalization Service in Netherlands. I think you all know the service. The IND is busy with the IT transformation project. We are building a new IT platform at IND here in The Hague. Well, we work with immigration and naturalizations, asylum claims, and permits for work, as you already know. With this team, the team Gambit, where Tugba and Sayat are working on, it's a great honor working every day with you. Yeah. Well, it's the first time for the IND that they have two status holders working for them. Our Secretary General of the IND is very proud of that. That the two people that were sort of customers of IND now sitting at the other end of the table and working for IND. It's a great honor to do that every day. They not only work within the team IT related stuff. We are working on a Mendix platform. It's a sort of a proof of concept with Mendix. This year we are we look within with proof of concepts to see if Mendix is the right IT platform for IND. But besides that, we also learn with the whole group about the way of working with IND. The language, the Dutch language, is quite a challenge here within IND for you, Tugba and Sayat. It's going very, very good. very well, but well, it can be better. And they also learn about the working culture with IND. Anna, you told about the working culture in the beginning, and it's well, if you have a meeting, well, I say to Tugba, yeah, don't be silent, just speak out and have a discussion also with people higher in rank. It's no problem. That's the Dutch culture. So well, again, it's very nice working with you within the IND. But well, I spoke enough, I think. The floor is yours, Tugba.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Yeah. Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me. Yeah. Yeah. As also Aernout said, yeah, we are so happy to work in IND, of course. Also, I feel so lucky to work with Aernout. Yeah. My name is Tugba. I am from Turkey and I have been living in Netherlands for 6 years. I was a kindergarten teacher actually, and I have worked as a teacher for 4 years. And yeah, when I came to the Netherlands, I wanted to change my career because in the Netherlands there are a lot of opportunities, not of course. And but yeah, on the other hand, there are some also difficulties because we are trying to build new life. And in this case, in that point, sometimes you may need a help or guider, and sometimes you need to ask some things to achieve your goals. In that point, actually, I have met with Motop, and that was a great and big opportunity for me. Actually, my life changed in the 2 times. Yeah, the first one was which I decided to came to the Netherlands, and the second is really meeting with the Motop. Because yeah, I had a dream. I wanted to change my career and I wanted to learn new things, but I didn't know where I have to start and what I have to do. And in the other part, also network is so important in Netherlands. Yeah. Then I have applied to Motop, and luckily they have accepted me. And in Motop, we didn't just learn the actually Mendix as Anna and Stefan and Dave uitgelegd. Sometimes I am thinking the Netherlands, sorry, because we are working in Dutch in the IND, and yeah, they have explained already. But yeah, we have learned the technical, new technologies, but also the Dutch working culture is so important. Yeah, many of you, as you know, the Dutch people are so open for the communication, and they are really open for the help. And yeah, for example, in my country, mostly we are working in a hierarchy. You cannot say, yeah, most of the time you cannot say your idea or something. That's why the Dutch working culture was so different and so interesting for me. And when they asked my idea, I was feeling, oh, my idea is important, or can I share my idea? Yeah, I have always had this feeling. But with this kind of practicing, actually, also I felt more integrated. Yeah, now, for example, especially after the corona, I had a baby, and I had a really I was in a difficult time and I was hopeless. I didn't know where to start and what I have to do. And in that moment, when I start Motop, I felt like, okay, now I am, I feel like I am a person and I can do something for myself. And yeah, it was a great opportunity for me, really. I cannot explain my feeling. Yeah, I'm so happy to be in the Motop, and especially now I am working in IND. Yeah, that was my feeling.
Well,
idea.
thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
Tugba.
last thing I want to share that. Also, yeah, some people are afraid of the IT sector because maybe they don't have any backgrounds. Also, I didn't have any backgrounds. Yeah, I was a kindergarten teacher. Yeah, there is no relation between being a kindergarten teacher and IT. But if you are motivated and if you want to learn something, learn new things, and this is enough, I think.
Yeah, thank you. I think someone in the chat also asked like how intense is it for a person who does not have an IT background. Well, Tugba is a really good example. I think like you just said, if you're motivated and if you have a passion for IT, I think that's the most important. Maybe you don't have the experience yet, but do you really like IT? Do you have an affinity with it, a passion for it, and do you work hard? Then yeah, definitely sign up. I mean, you can end up like Tugba working in a Dutch company with one of your colleagues. So don't be afraid about this. Well, Sayat, I think you also want to share something.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. Yeah, I'm I'm a little bit sick today, but I will be here. Actually, this kind of events, we always talk about nice things, good things, but my story is not fairy tale, a little bit rise and fall story. When I am Sayat Tekir. I born in Turkey, and I am 6 years in the Netherlands. Actually, I was working as a researcher in university in Turkey, and I worked as a journalist in Turkey. When I came here, I worked in a bar as a barman. The Horeca is the first work most of the newcomers. After that, I started to work in a Turkish-Dutch company for a marketing part, and it was nice job for me. I feel really comfortable there. But in that time, I was talking always in Turkish, and I think I'm not too much integrated in the Dutch society. Then I made a decision, and in that world, I wanted to change my work. I want to change my comfort zone, and I started to job interviews. I'm looking in that way. I was looking for the administrative worker of administrative workers jobs. I'm a little bit overqualified for this job, but I start to send my CVs. I made calls, and after that, every day, 5 times. It's real. It's 5 times I get rejections. To talk with people to get this rejection. 2 weeks every day, 5 times, 3 times. It's not good for your self-confidence, of course, because I know my CV is not competitive. If you think about, if you compare with Dutch CV, they don't know my university, they don't know my education. Some of people, they cannot say my name properly. It is understandable, but one of the day I get the call and I sit down on the sofa in my house and I'm terrified because I think myself, what will I do in the Netherlands? Is it possible to find any job? Is it possible to integrate? I don't know what should I do. Then I think I should change my vision, and I start to Googling, and I find the Motop. I find other companies too, but in the beginning I start a job interview with Motop, and they accept me. I had a very nice job interview with Jan, and now I am here. But as I said, it's rise and fall. I started in a low-code academy, but in that period, I have health issues. In last 1 year, I had almost 10 surgeries, small and big surgeries. But I start to keep going, Sayat, continue, you can do it. Yes, yes, my background is not IT, but I can do my best. I can continue, and now I'm with these nice people in our office in IND, and I am proud of myself to work in IND as a newcomer, as a status holder, and I am so thankful for this opportunity for the Motop. Of course, when we start in the Motop was a child. Now I see it's growing. It's a teenager company for me. In the beginning, we talked with Jan about Motop. Of course, it was not too easy. It's not a fair tale story for Motop or for us, but I see always people wants to help you. Always they want to develop their self, improve their self. They ask you your feelings, what you think about the Motop. They want to a positive work atmosphere. Yeah, the career is important, the salary is important, but on the other hand, positive work atmosphere is important too. And in the Motop, you will see this good atmosphere, and you will get new colleagues and new friends.
Well, thank you, Sayat. Well, I think that describes the atmosphere we aim to have at our office, but I'm very glad that you experienced it like that as well. I think Sayat is one of you've joined every single Motop event so far. As Lisa, I've spoken to you on every Motop event, so I'm glad that that resonates with your experience with Motop as well. Yeah, so thank you for your kind words. I'm also looking for a question from the audience. Just to clarify, Sayat and Tugba are working at IND, and at IND they speak Dutch. So the last month of Sayat and Tugba's training, they were also making websites and developing projects in Dutch. I think this was a bit of a struggle, but well, now both of them are speaking Dutch well almost fluently, and well, I think Aernout can confirm.
It's getting better. It's getting better every day, and yeah, and also IND helps them with speaking Dutch even better every day. So yeah.
Yeah, and just yeah, so it's not always the case that you're gonna work in Dutch, but if you already have some level of Dutch, it could be that we match you with one of our Dutch clients, and where you will also work in Dutch, or maybe you will work in English but speak a bit of Dutch with your colleagues and during meetings. So there are also opportunities to continue developing your Dutch while being at Motop and one of our and at the partners. But we also have clients who are working fully in English and also speak English with each other. So don't worry if you don't speak Dutch, you can still apply. We also have a lot of English partners, so it's not a requirement. And yeah, Sayat, you also mentioned that during the traineeship, well, could you tell me a bit more about when you knew, because at one point you guys knew that you were going to work at E&D. So how did you prepare for working there?
In our traineeship in the Motop, when they decide to hire us, last I think 1 or 2 months, we had a intensive traineeship with Stefan. And every week we make a new application together with Tugba, and it's really a challenge. It's a really big challenge, but now I understand. Yes, we were really ready to work in IND. This is the best part of the Motop. If you are not ready to work, you cannot work. They are good in this point. And what do you want to add, Tuba?
I totally agree.
Yeah, I think that I think the point of the traineeship is not that you only gain a knowledge or skills, but that you also gain the confidence of applying that knowledge and applying that skills, and that you really gain the experience. Okay, you will make mistakes sometimes, but what if you make a mistake? How do you continue and how do you improve yourself? So we not only provide you a short training, as most of online courses do, but we really also make sure you have the working experience. So you're really ready when you start working at one of our partners. In the matters of time, I want to thank Aernout, Tugba, and Sayat for sharing their story. Once again, it was really nice having you.
It was a pleasure.
I want to start the Q&A. Well, you've already asked a lot of questions in the chat. Thank you all for participating so much. There were also some questions asked before, so I want to quickly go through those. So one question that we oftenly received was, how likely is it that you'll get a job through this program? I think Stefan can clarify this a bit more.
Sorry, my internet connection was well, away for a bit. Could you please repeat the question?
Oh yeah, how likely is it that you'll get a job through this program?
Yeah, it's important to understand that from Motop side, we have a 100% intention of getting a job for you, or like helping you towards a job. Unfortunately, due to various circumstances, we are not able to give you a 100% guarantee. So as long as you put in the effort and we see it, then we will just continue searching for a job until you get one. But I think the numbers say that around 85% of the people that start with our traineeship eventually end up working for one of our partnered companies.
Yeah, and I think, of course, we have a very strict selection process. Over 150 people apply, and we can only select around 15. Why this selection is also so strict is because we of course, we get your resumes, we get your motivations, and we speak to you, but in the end, we don't know if you will actually be good at working in IT, or if you will actually enjoy it and are motivated to continue in this. So this is also, of course, a risk in the beginning, but if you give it your 100%, we do as well. And then you will most likely end up as Sayat or Tugba or Liam, working at one of our partners and start a beautiful career. Another question that was asked was, can I start a data-related position after this training?
So I'll answer this one. Like mentioned, we give you the fundamentals of what we see is needed to be successful as IT professional in the Netherlands. Afterwards, we're going to take a look into the market, the needs of our clients, the demands of our clients. And if we see the big need for data-related positions, yes, for sure, this is possible. And then we will create a tailor-made training for this.
Yeah. I think you also gotten into detail about that earlier. So final question, when is your next traineeship? Well, our next traineeship starts on the 18th of May. You can all sign up at the Motop website. Well, you've now are quite aware of the requirements. If you fulfill those requirements, just sign up and we'll get to know you in the first interview. If you have any doubts or questions, you can always reach out to us through email or at our contact form at our website. So don't be shy to contact us and reach out for any questions. And yeah,
Just a small, and
yeah.
You said 18, but it is 13th. So the 13th of May.
Oh, I'm
on a
sorry,
Monday.
13th of May. Well, good that you
Just to clarify a bit.
say that for me. And I think also one of the last questions I will answer is that from Bazaar, if we get selected, do we have to pay money for the training? You don't. The traineeship is for free. You don't have to provide for anything, and you can just participate. If there are no other questions, we're gonna wrap up this webinar. I want to thank you all for your time and attention and participation in the chat. It's really good to see you're also excited and that you have so many questions. I also want to thank our guest speaker once again. Aernout, Sayat, Tugba, Liam, Stefan, Dave, Jan, well, everyone who participated. Thank you once again. It was really nice that we could do this thank you all, and hopefully we will get your resumes and motivations in our application box soon. So thank you. I'm going to close the meeting. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.